go. Hey. All right, says we're live. Says we're all good. Let's get this open. But hey, a notification. Get this open. What's up, Sean? How's it going? Hopefully quite well. What's up, Vincenzo? What's up, Duke? What's up, Stud? How you guys all doing? Make sure you guys drop some likes. Help the stream out early on. Hopefully everyone's quite well. Excuse me. Need a drink. Anyway, you're just playing Madden. Nice. Quite a bit we can talk about, eh? Living the dream. Yeah, you know, working, living. What's up, politics? You must be excited. You're probably just days away from getting Harbaugh as the head coach. Not bad. See, your Tigers and Orioles made a reverse deal. Yeah, you guys got Nevin for some cash. It's pretty bad when you get traded for cash. They're just like, we'll take like $30. That'd be cool. Nice bag of money. Just buy out his contract and he's all yours. Basically what that means. Yes, when did the meeting end? I don't know when the meeting ended. I haven't heard anything like that. I know they had a meeting today, but I don't know anything official. You guys traded him for cash? Yeah, we gave him back for cash. Yeah, the hot dog, a beer, maybe a Gatorade or two. I don't know. Maybe he can do good for you guys. Who knows? He doesn't do good at the MLB level. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Sounds like the Bills aren't going to be moving on from Stephon Diggs. He might want to move on from them, but they seem to like him. I got Lions winning, but I don't know about both of these game, Robs. It's tough. It will be. You guys want to know some history of the NFL? Yeah, I can't believe they signed Tom Telesco. I mean, other than that situation, he's been a pretty solid GM. You guys do have a solid roster. It's just, just always getting hurt. But overall, he has put the right pieces together. It's just everybody gets hurt, and, you hide Staley. Yeah, that's the problem. But the Raiders already got their coach, so he doesn't have to do anything with that. It's just, that's all, Antonio Pierce's job. Maybe he can just build him a good roster. But yeah, the coach stuff is pretty bad. Hitching your wagon to Staley was a surefire way to get fired. Because, you can excuse, like, a bad draft pick, right? Like, the Eagles took fucking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, right? And should they fire Howie Roseman for that? Yeah, they hired Brian Callahan. I don't know, Duke. You guys are a good team. You're going to lose your coaches. Your quarterback coach could be a New England Patriots offensive coordinator, possibly. Who knows? Your offensive coordinator is the new head coach of the Titans. I mean, he could, but it'll probably happen tomorrow. Like tomorrow afternoon or some shit. But yeah, a little bit of NFL history. The last time the Lions won an NFC championship game or an NFC title game like this, they played against the San Francisco 49ers. And the game kind of went like Everybody went in favoring the 49ers. The Niners were expected to win. The Niners got up to like a 24-3 score. And they were talking and being so loud and being so rowdy that the Lions heard them through the wall, apparently. And they like went, all right, fuck that. And they wound up winning that game by outscoring them. What was it, 27-24? So they won 31-27 in that game and wound up going to the Super Bowl, or the NFL championship, because this is pre-Super Bowl. And they played against this team called the Cleveland Browns. Now, you may be like, well, what the fuck? Who cares? Well, ironically, that Cleveland Browns team, due to Art Modell, would move a little bit east down the road after, this rather successful stint by a coach named Bill Belichick. They fired his ass and moved the team to Baltimore. And who's like the expected favorite to win the AFC? Holy crap. We could be looking at this weird little like flashback to the NFC, to the old NFL championship days before the merger and the Super Bowl era started. No, you still have your head coach. Why would he be gone? And is that kind of a cool thing? And the Lions wound up beating that Browns team to win their, I think, last NFL championship. Last title. Isn't that kind of like a cool little, it's like, well, that's interesting. So, like, the two teams that are expected to go are the Niners and the 49ers, but the Lions, they can maybe upset the 49ers, and then if the Ravens go, it's like, wow, this is like a replay of a very old game. One team is still pretty much exactly where they were, and the other team became the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, Jacob, we were talking about it a second. He might be the head coach pretty soon. I mean, they hired Antonio Pierce. I mean, that was probably the right move. I don't know how interesting it is. If it comes to... What do you mean comes to be? Those are the two best teams in the... See, what I hate, though, is everyone's going to be like, oh, it's rigged. But it's like, well, who are two teams that are better than the Ravens or the 49ers this year? Like unironically, people will be like, well, it's rigged because they wanted those two teams in there. It's like, yeah, but also, like, are there two teams that are better than these two teams this year? I mean, a lot of people had the Bengals, I guess, but they got hurt and everybody switched over to the Ravens immediately. They're like, oh shit, the Ravens are real good. I mean, it's just a weird thing where I'm like, it's sort of annoying because no matter what happens, if it is the Ravens versus the 49ers, people are just going to be like, oh, it's rigged. They rigged it for this game. It's like, well, why wouldn't they have put the Chiefs in? If they're rigging it. Clearly, if they're rigging it, it's not for fucking the Ravens and Niners. Sorry, they're going to be like, well, we want the Chiefs versus the Lions. That's the Super Bowl we want rigged. Hired Marvin Lewis, a guy who never won anything. Tom Coughlin. I mean, that's cool. I guess. What, two guys who are very old? One guy who got forced out of the league because he couldn't adapt to the modern... And you know why Tom Coughlin left, right? Because he got, like, booted out because he didn't understand the modern NFL. I don't think that's a good hire at all. Marvin Lewis, you mean as, like, a coordinator? Sure. What's he ever done as, like, a real coach? Brian Billick won that Super Bowl. Yeah, for sure. Brian Billick has a Super Bowl ring, but like, so does Matt Patricia then. Josh McDaniels. When did Marvin Lewis take the Bengals to the Super Bowl? Yeah, the Niners are favored to win everything. Yeah, they probably are. There were some very questionable plays in the Buffalo game that had me scratching my head. I just don't know. What do you mean? What plays were questionable? Niners versus Chargers. We get fumbles. Hell yeah, that's good. Duke. They scored though. Yeah. Yeah, the Niners are going to be favored to win. It's just I don't know what questionable calls or fucking plays. What? Like, why did they do that? I don't know, because they fucking made a call in a football game. That's just what they decided to do. By the way, if you guys haven't dropped a like or anything, make sure you're doing so. It'll maybe help the stream get going a little bit. Oh, we have a whole 3 likes. That's pretty terrible. Not gonna lie. Appreciate the total lack of support. Good looking out, you guys. Maybe we just end the stream tonight. I don't know. No one's really... People aren't enjoying the streams, I guess. I don't know. How would that be a questionable... Okay, so question. The Chiefs win that game. How is that a questionable call? And do you think that he can control the ball midair? That's cool, Laura. Yeah, I don't know why they'd be favored over San Fran in that second game. Unless, like, they just didn't have any of their players against you guys. So the Chiefs going for a trick play at the goal line isn't like a new thing? Is like a new thing for you? Because I'm pretty sure I watched the Chiefs at the goal line running a fucking giant circle before a play, run their asses up to the line, try to hike it all dizzy as fuck. This was last year I seen them do this. Vincenzo, maybe the Chiefs just do unconventional ass shit at the goal line. You want to know why Allen did that? Because he's a shitty quarterback that was just trying to hit home runs. He's been scrutinized by every single person who understands football. Like, why didn't he just take the underneaths? That's because Allen doesn't do that. That's why he doesn't win games like that. That's why. The difference between Brady, Mahomes, Peyton Manning, all those quarterbacks, they'd have taken those underneath wide open shots. Jared Goff takes those underneath shots. Like, I don't know why Allen does that, because he's fucking stupid, probably. And he's trying to hit a home run. It's like he doesn't even need to do that. But again, he's kind of not that good at quarterback. Great thrower, scores a lot, but like, just take the wide open thing for 20 yards. You don't need to hit a home run right now. Look at his entire career. His entire career is just dumbass throws like that. Yeah, no, they won't change the touchback rule. There's going to be so much opposition to changing that rule, because it's like, so we're rewarding the offense for what? Because, like, the way it's viewed, and always has been viewed, is like the end zone's like a very important place in a football game, you know? And your point is to defend it. And if you fumble out you fumble out of our end zone, should be our ball. Hell, if you fumble out of bounds, it should automatically go to the other team, in my opinion. Shit, it's like, well, we didn't even get a chance to get that. That's our ball. Honestly, I hate the fumble out of bounds bullshit. Like, if it's like, oh, especially because they bat that shit out, it's like, oh, our ball. Illegal bat should literally be a change of possession penalty. I fully believe that. It's like, well, you batted that shit out of bounds. That's the other team's ball now. You just surrendered possession. That's bullshit. That sucks. That to me ruins the game. I'm like, well, you just fumbled it and just kicked it out. Yeah, you guys lose 15 yards, but you keep the ball. You kicking it out is a 100% admission you weren't going to recover that shit. You got a haircut and you're bald? Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's literally what Tom Brady got criticized for the entirety of his career. And what Patrick Mahomes has started doing more and more often. Because the honest to God truth, you're not going to like win every single football game by just throwing touchdowns all game. The Chiefs learned that. Literally, the best way you can win and help your team out is by keeping your offense on the field for 5 or 6 minutes at a time, taking check down throws. Yeah, it's boring as fuck, but guess what? You're probably never going to lose doing that. Yeah, the Lions do it. They win a lot of games. They score a lot of points doing that. They literally had, the number 2 offense this year doing that shit all year with Goff, and then the occasional bomb throw on, like, first down after a gain of, like, 3 or 4 first downs. You can take shots in those offenses. Like, on first down, you do a play action, you throw a bomb. Fuck it. You catch the defense completely off guard. Again, what the number one thing you're doing when you do that is you're keeping your defense off the field, keeping them rested, and then when they come in, they know they can go hard because, again, you're going to get the ball back and hold on to it for like fucking 6-7 minutes so they get another good long rest. That's part of the reason why Brady's defenses were so they seemed unstoppable because they were always like never tired. No, college games suck. Everything about college football is just terrible, and everything like the football quality is bad. I just see dudes wide open sometimes for no reason, and then they'll do a replay, and it's just because the corner fell down. Literally, like, no one even tripped him. He's just running backwards, and he trips over his feet. It's like, all right, dude. That's the 3rd time today this guy's fallen over like that. Fucking Jesus. And he's the only corner left on the roster, so he's got to play. But he's like a freshman. You're winning? Hey, that's good. Lamar does it too? Yeah. What's up, Trey? We all know if Debo plays this week or not. It depends. Oh, yeah, I think Debo's going to play. I would imagine he does. They're exploiting the defense coverage your offense wants and hurrying back to the ball. No huddle keeps the defensive matchup. Yeah, but you can do no huddle without... You can run an up-tempo offense and still be slow and not take deep shots down the field. It's not the tempo of your offense. It's where you're throwing it. Take the easy throws. Take the fucking 6 yards, 7 yards at a time. That's way... Dude, them death by 1,000 cut shits really does work. Why do you think every single team does that to Kansas City now? Just think about that. Like, it's like, oh shit, okay, actually, why every team that has success against Kansas City, look at the time of possession in those games. Look at all the ones they lose. They always get like time of possession to death. And it's like, well, Mahomes had a bad day and he only had 5 drives. Bad memory, but I hope Baltimore beats KC like they did the Pats. I don't care about any of that. Why not anything recent? I love the hurry-up offense once your team finds that matchup. Yeah, but then the player fakes an injury. That gets stopped. You know what I mean, Vincenzo? It's like, yeah, cool, up-tempo is fun and the no-huddle works, but as soon as the defense realizes they've been exploited, a corner goes, oh, my knee! And just falls down after the tackle and then sits out the fucking run play coming up and then goes back in and everything's refreshed. That's good gamemanship, though. That, to me, is what I consider. It's like, all right, that's fair game. The Niners signed an offensive line, Isaac Alicorn from the Cowboys. Cool. Hopefully that helps out. Because the way Baltimore played that particular game is how I think they need to play in the AFC. Well, just like go out for kill. There is ways to prove it, but it needs to be after the play. Because most of the unnecessary roughness stuff that you would do to get it it's all post at play. Like every flop thing in the NFL wouldn't come on the play. It would come from quarterbacks specifically. And that's something you could probably challenge, and most of it is like post play stuff that's very easy to spot. Like, it's very, very obvious when it happens, because, again, most of the time it's, like, post-play stuff, like somebody's getting blocked, and they just, like, thrust themselves into the ground when the ball runner comes by. You also, Sean, have to hope that the Chiefs' offensive line isn't playing very well, like the Patriots wasn't in 2009. Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't, but oh well. I noticed the refs weren't really whistle happy this weekend, if you will. It seems like they were just kind of letting most of it go. But again, I don't think it's rigged. I don't think that there's been a single shred of good evidence ever produced that the NFL's rigged, by the way. No one has even come close to making me even think it's like, no, you don't have any good evidence. Point to me one singular player that hasn't been exiled from the league for some stupid fucking reason that says it's rigged, and I'll concede. What's up, Ven? Literally, show me one guy. Show me one player. Other than like jilted players like from like the Rams super team in 2000 that lost to the Patriots that are like, it's fucking rigged, dude. Or like that dude from the Cowboys who got like cut for fucking having too much of a weed problem, and he was like, dude, this shit's rigged. All right, show some documents. What do you got? Show us the papers you had to sign saying you lost. Show us your script. Show us something. Show us an NDA you had to sign. Come on, you have it. If it's rigged, produce some proof. Somebody. Oh, you don't have any proof? Okay, shut the fuck up then. I want the Lions versus Chiefs just because the number one seed teams are acting like number one. Yeah, Trey, I've never seen. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Ven loves it. Ven personally is rooting for the underdog 49ers and Ravens Super Bowl. He says that those are two of the best stories, the lowly Ravens and quite frankly, the 49ers who no one had in the Super Bowl before the season started. Not 90% of football analysts. Nobody believed in this Niners team. It's quite amazing that they're here. What? Do you know how many do you know the NFL is Vincenzo? That's a false statement, my friend. Do you know the NFL is the most religious league on the face of this earth? CJ Stroud is like a walking missionary, man. What do you mean they don't work in the NFL? Deion Sanders is like crazy religious. Ray Lewis is a fucking pastor, I think. Nick Foles is a pastor now that he's retired from the NFL. Are you sure they don't work in the NFL? No, you're completely wrong. Like crazy wrong about the NFL and religiousness. Tim Tebow just sucked at football and refused to switch to tight end. If he would have switched to tight end, he'd have maybe had a really long, luxurious, fruitful career in the league. But the idiot thought he could throw as a pro football player, throwing it like 20 yards downfield. Like, I mean, that's why he didn't work in the NFL. And he was stubborn as fuck about playing quarterback. You mean Christians don't work in the NFL? The whole league is crazy religious. Isn't Tony Dungy like the first black coach to win a Super Bowl? And he's like, he like quit football to go like be a like religious man. Like that's why he stopped coaching, was because he was like, I'm gonna go be like a more pastor. He's still like really involved, but like, I don't know, man. I think that's a bad read to say this. The NFL doesn't accept religious people. It's like, I don't think so. I think that's a bad read. You know what league doesn't accept Christ? None of them. They're all pretty religious. Kind of hockey. Seems like it's kind of godless over there. I'm not sure why. You don't really see a lot of like big displays of religion in hockey, but like baseball is pretty religious. You got football that's very, very religious. Basketball. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Dude, Russell Wilson's crazy religious. Tyler Lockett didn't have sex till he was married. He's so religious. He was a virgin till like last year, dude. He's like 34 when he got married. And he's like, hell yeah, I'm a virgin. I'm not going to upset God. It's like, dude, these guys are so crazy religious. Again, you don't think about that because, again, you hear stories of like the idiots like Antonio Brown and Chandler Jones just making fools of themselves and think that's like the regular. It's like, no, most of these guys, again, the reason it happens is because a lot of the guys in the NFL, oftentimes they come from like very weird, poor backgrounds or just like disadvantaged backgrounds where they see a lot of people fail in life with similar attributes to them, right? Really strong, really big, really fast guys just don't go anywhere. But for some reason, they go to the NFL. Like, so, like it's just like something happens and they make the right choices and now they're in the NFL, right? And when you're already like a pretty religious person, right, you would see like, all right, so I know guys who are faster, bigger, and stronger than me that aren't here. They could be here. They're better at this than me. I'm here because I'm blessed by God specifically. And it's like, that's if you're religious, that's a completely logical train of thought. Especially if you've seen so much failure and so many people not get there, but you get there. It's like, oh, God picked me. I get to make millions. And it's like, I get to change my family's whole destiny. And it's like, okay, so that's, you could see where something in like the NFL where like a lot of guys, and it's kind of in the NBA, MLB too. I think in hockey it's a little less because I think hockey guys, they all come from a lot of money, or like it's more of like a wealthier kid sport. So you see like, you don't see like as like gigantic displays of religiousness, whereas like guys are like, I brought my whole family out of poverty, like abject poverty, because God loved me. And God picked me, dude. I have to represent God as hard as I fucking can. And you can see that in like some of the way that they talk about it, because again, they like, it makes sense to me that in certain sports where like certain disadvantaged kids get in there and go pro, and they're already like pretty religious kids growing up, you can literally see why it would like, think about like if you all of a sudden made millions of dollars because of like a God, like what you consider to be a God-given talent for over someone else who's just as good. It's like God picked me. I'm blessed. I have to spread the word of God. And that's what the NFL is. That's literally what a lot of the like guys in the NFL wind up like. And that's, I understand it. And that like, it's very, and that's my theory on that. But yeah, hockey players grew up kind of rich. So they're like, sweet, we're just adding to the family net worth, eh? Not everyone grows up like Tom Brady in the NFL. I hope Seth Rollins is able to go, but he tore his MCL partially, or like partially tore his meniscus and tore his MCL. Terrible knee injury. Kurt Warner, yeah, Kurt Warner's definitely like that. Yeah, he's a very religious guy. A lot of these guys become very religious when they get in the pro league. Darren Waller. Yeah, Darren Waller. He's going crazy again right now. That's a sad situation. I hope he isn't on anything again. I genuinely hope he's not like on drugs or drinking again. I hope it's just CTE, because you know you can kind of like learn to live with that and kind of like recognize when you're freaking out. But if he's just fucking up again, it's like, God damn it. That's kind of sad. Because he really had a nice life turnaround story, but then it's like, uh-oh. Yeah, man, it's crazy what, like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you're already like a religious person, that hits you, like, dude, there's nothing nobody could say to you that could be like, no, you're just actually talented. It's like, yeah, I know a guy I grew up with who could run like way faster than me. Why isn't he pro? It's like, well, he made bad choices. Yeah, God prevented me from making those same bad choices. It's like, God damn it, dude. You can't talk this dude out of like, you know what I mean? Like, you can see like that perfect line of thinking. I think guys like J-Mo are probably very religious, but they kind of just keep it under wraps. But, you know what's funny? Apparently Ray Lewis goes around to locker rooms and proselytizes Jesus Christ to people. Yeah, you didn't know that about Ray Lewis, did you? If he finds out that you're not a religious person, he'll take you under his wing and like try to get you to convert and find God again and shit. And I think everybody's just afraid to tell Ray Lewis, hey man, I just don't believe in that. It's like Ray's just like, come on man, why don't you believe in God? And it's like, actually maybe I do, Ray. Yeah, Ray Lewis might be more religious than anybody that's played football like ever. Because, you know, God prevented him from going to jail for a very long time. And so did that nice man that took that fall for him. Hey, by the way, we're at 6 likes, so we're doing a little bit better. If you guys could leave a like to help the stream out, that'd be really helpful. We're struggling along. I don't even think we'll hit 10 likes on this one. That'd be cool. They could screw you on Chase Young. NFL likes to screw teams like you guys and me. I'm not expecting, you know what's funny is, like, you know how the Patriots now have like a black head coach? I'm totally expecting us to lose draft picks instead of gaining them. They're going to be like, well, New England, we're taking draft picks from you. It's like, for fucking what? We don't know. We're just taking them. You guys don't get more picks. Like, you literally made a rule that, like, we get extra because of this. Well, because you guys had a promotion plan, it doesn't technically count. It's fucking bullshit. What's up, Kram? I also think the fake outrage about the Mayo thing is probably the funniest fucking thing in the world to me. I love it so much. I'm so happy that this is happening for my team. Told Ray about the guy he probably killed, and Ray was like, God worked his plan like that. Yeah, dude, Ray's hilarious about if that gets brought up. I can't believe a reporter had the balls to ask about that. Dude, I don't even care. I'll be like, yeah, Ray May did that shit, but, like, you know, who gives a fuck? He played for his freedom and earned it, as far as I'm concerned. You don't become the greatest middle linebacker in NFL history and then go to jail for a singular stabbing. You get at least one. Maybe even 2. He maybe could stab somebody in Baltimore and get a not guilty from the jury. I'm not even kidding. If he was like, I had to defend myself, the people would be like, you know what, Ray? This is tough, but we're gonna give you this one. Dude, I'm not even lying. Dude, I'm genuinely, if he said he did it to defend himself, the people of Baltimore would be like, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt one more time. I don't think that's gonna happen, Lore. My teams are killing your teams. That's the funniest part about them people and the way they view Ray. Well, to be fair, Ray Lewis is a god, dude. You know how lucky we were to watch some of the shit we got to watch during the 2000s? Man. We got Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Terrell Owens was running around still. Darrelle Revis. We had Marvin Harrison. With Randy Moss. That's just thinking about, like, we had Big Ben. Like, these are, like, legendary type players that we all just were like, man, what a good game of football this is. Troy Polamalu. Trying to think if I'm missing out on any more all-timers. Calvin Johnson. I guess Aaron Rodgers. I guess. Aaron Rodgers before he went all crazy and shit. No, he's more of a 2010s players, right? Like, would you count Aaron as a 2000s player? Like Gates, we had fucking dude. Yeah, we had the like we had the prototype tight ends. We had fucking dipshit in Kansas City. The damn dude, what was his name again? Did he play for Kansas City too? Have they really just kind of just transitioned from tight end to tight end down in that fucking shithole? Tony Gonzalez, that's right. Or was he a Falcon? I can't remember now. Or was he a Chief? I swear to God he was a Chief. And it's like, goddamn, they really went from Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. That's not really fair, dude. That's a... kinda. Roquan Queen, Hamilton in his second year. Linderbaum snubbed as an All-Pro, second year Lamar. Dude, they snubbed all the good centers for some reason. It should have just been Linderbaum and Frank Ragnow. Who the hell did they give the all-pro centers to? Because it like literally should have been either Frank or Linderbaum as one, and the other one is two. You can debate between Ragnow and Linderbaum. Well, they give it to like fucking Humphrey and Lindsley or some shit. Because they just don't know any other centers. They're like, just give it to the Green Bay guy and the fucking Creed Humphrey or some shit. Who fucking cares? Because yeah, I figured Linderbaum and Frank Ragnow were like guaranteed. Oh yeah, they probably gave one to Kelsey. Was he even the best center this year, or was Linderbaum way better and Frank way better? Kelsey, he was talking about that in his podcast. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say okay, so I was right. They did go from that guy to that guy. But we also had Tony Gonzalez. Yeah. Yeah, it's just Jason Kelsey's probably the greatest center of all time, so they're fucking, you know. And that's probably right? Like, the more and more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't really think there is a better center. Like, no center has his stats, like his award regimen, like his longevity. It's kind of like, yeah, he might be the greatest one. Holy shit. Because you got to like stop and kind of think about it, and you're like, yeah, maybe. No one else really jumps out at you, you know what I mean? Because that like tackles, you can have debates about that for a while with different guys. I think guards is kind of similar. You could have debates about tons of shit. Yeah, probably. Because Kelsey didn't always have like the best core. It was like Carson Wentz, and then it was Nick Foles, and then it was fucking now it's Hurts. So it's not like he's had like bad quarterbacks ever, or like, but like he didn't have Peyton Manning for his entire career. You know what I mean? There's like a difference when you're like between all those guys and like your quarterback is Peyton Manning. Yeah. Like, who's the better center? I don't know. Oh, not Mankins. Not Mangold. He's probably another one who left the Patriots to go to the Jets because they're fucking bitches and take all our linemen up there because they overpay them. It might not Mankins, not Mangold, not Hutchinson. We lost a lot of linemen over to the Jets over the years. It might be Mangold. I don't know. Can't remember Jets. Those Jets. I can't remember most of the players on the Jets. They all kind of sucked ass except Revis. That's why they didn't win. I guess maybe like one of the Cromartie brothers when they were on the Jets. They were really good. What's up, Jehu? You know what? It's pretty crazy. We're probably going to see one of the Cromartie kids eventually pop up in the NFL. They got like 30 of them fuckers running around. Between him and his brother, didn't they have that show where they had like 17 kids each or some fucking crazy shit? They gotta have a kid at NFL age by now. It's like Phillip Rivers' kid's going. I think his oldest is in college. Or starting high school now? Yeah, Jehu. Want to know a little bit of crazy NFL history? Now that there's more people here, make sure you guys all leave a like for this information, or I'll kick your screen door in and throw in a fucking raccoon that I know. He's got rabies. I just keep him in a cage, locked up, ready to throw at somebody. Ask Ben. He said some shit about not watching the pigs video, and I fucking threw a raccoon into his house. Yeah, Ben, that was me. You didn't even know that. Surprise. How'd you enjoy all them rabies shots? He got you good, too. He was probably fucking mad as shit. I don't feed that little bastard. I make him drink water, and he's afraid of it. He's like, ah! He gets even angry because I'm squirting water in his mouth, and you become hydrophobic when you got rabies. You know, you can live with rabies if they keep like giving you water. If you can eat and take water down, you can live with rabies. Isn't that fucking crazy? Yeah, that's the Jehu. I'm making fun of them people. Whenever people do that, I dislike the video on instinct. I'm like, oh fuck you. And I hope you guys understand the great sarcasm to the like stuff. And why do you think my like goals are things like, let's see if we can get about 10 likes? How stupid. Because that's about all we can really pull off anyway. And it's also a really funny thing to be like, all right, let's aim for 20 whole likes this stream. Let's see if we can pull it off. Oh yeah, it's all so dumb. And it all makes me laugh so hard. Don't take this shit that seriously. I wish YouTube videos didn't have to be liked to do well, so I never have to talk about it. Yeah, no one will ever leave 1,000 likes. I never have to worry about that kind of fucking thing. Like, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll give everyone that likes it $10,000 each. Legal contract. I have to do it now. But guess what? This stream is never gonna get 10,000 likes. It'd have to get 10,000 views. It's never gonna happen. Good old school center, Mike Webster from the Steel. Yeah, that's good. The Pouncies are pretty good. Yeah, I know, Cheeto. That's the problem. That's why I said if you can get the water down and food down. But yeah, but you're hydrophobic. Your body's gonna get rid of it. But yeah, the NFL history that I was referencing, the last time the Lions won an NFC Championship game was back in 1957 when it was still pre-merger NFL. They beat, drumroll please. Sorry, I was making fun of Chinese people before the stream. No, I'm just kidding. I just misspoke. San Francisco 49ers. That's pretty cool. That's a really nice coincidence. I like that. The even cooler thing is they wound up beating the Browns for the NFL championship that year. And it's like, we don't give a fuck about that, dude. What the fuck? Cool, they beat Cleveland. No one. And then if you know your NFL history, you'd be like, oh, they beat the Baltimore Ravens. Technically. So, you know, you believe in destiny. Ooh. History repeats itself sometimes. You know, this would be the ultimate case of like, technically history doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes, right? Because it wouldn't be the exact same thing, but it would be like, holy shit, this is like the rhyming of history repeating itself. Because again, the Ravens became, you know, the Ravens became the Colts, and the Colts, in Indy, and the fucking, well, they were the Baltimore Colts. The Colts moved to Indy, and then they moved the old Browns into Baltimore, so things are a little different. With the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, why would you? So, why would it be rigged? What evidence? Why? Because Kansas City, the team with like maybe the best active coach, because Belichick isn't coaching a team right now, and the best quarterback in the NFL with the best tight end and a top fucking 2 defense in the NFL won the Super Bowl. Wow, I'd be really surprised. There's no evidence of a team with a top quarterback, a very good coach, and a top 3 defense ever winning the Super Bowl before. Even though there's way better teams that could have won it that year. Jehu, can I introduce you to the entire Patriots dynasty? Are you interested in that? Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like the evidence of it being, it's like, well, the Chiefs aren't that good. It's like, dude, it's like the same fucking thing, reason the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, I mean, it would suck, but who cares? Let them have it. If they win the dynasty, they win. It's going to be annoying, yeah. I mean, so are the Patriots. So were we when we got our dynasties, talking shit on people, going like, yeah, that's a dynasty, bitch. How do you guys like that shit? Niners will never have a dynasty. They got to win 5 more Super Bowls, and that shit, or 3 Super Bowls, that shit would be crazy. Dude, if Brock Purdy ran a dynasty, I can't even imagine. Oh, you think so, Jehu? You'd think so, but the Purdy boys would become unbelievably awful. They'd be like, well, he's already better than Brady now. Do you see Russ to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a backup QB? No. He'd go to Pittsburgh if he's only going to go somewhere to start. I doubt Russell's going to go take a backup job in Pittsburgh. Like, yeah, I'm just done starting. It's like, that's probably not a thing. Yeah, I mean, yes, the Chiefs are an AFC dynasty then, too. I mean... Oh, I was going to talk about something funny. God damn it. I had something really good, too. I'll remember it eventually. I'm trying to remember what the point I wanted to talk about was, because it was something good. It was an interesting topic, at least to me. It'll eventually pop back into my head, but I'll have to think about it. Dynasties. Niners and Lions. Rigging. Can't remember. It came and went. Fucking fluttered. I'll have to remember it later. This is technically the best opportunity they have to go to the Super Bowl. If they can't take advantage of it, they will. You talk about the Niners or the Ravens? Ravens? I mean, they'll probably be as good as they are next year. I guess because the Bengals will probably be back. The fucking Chiefs will be more high powered. As if Eddie yeah. Niners make a lot of weird decisions with player personnel. And Kyle Shanahan's a little bit of a choke artist. I'm very excited for my Patriots. Things are going good. I think we interviewed Zach Robinson today. I think we're interviewing Nick Caley tomorrow. Sounds like we're going into the future with the Rams coordinator style offense. Get ready. Patriots are going to be running jet motions and shit. You guys ain't ready for this. We're going to go from scoring fucking 17 points a game to like 20 and shit. You guys ain't even ready for it. My team's gonna have Jane Daniels out here running the shit down everybody. You guys are all gonna be like, oh, I wish the Patriots were still bad. The Dolphins win 42-3. It's probably the only way the Dolphins could beat the Rams. Is it Madden? You know what's funny about the Dolphins? They're the new Lions now. Like, they haven't won a playoff game in 22 years. Can we talk about that shit now? Are we allowed to make fun of them for that? Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about. Holy shit, how the hell did I just remember this? So, can we put a small break on the Mahomes GOAT shit is getting a little bit out of control. Do you guys want to know how far of a gap there is between Tom Brady and Mr. Mahomes? Just on like a real level. So Mahomes won his 86 career game including playoffs, or 87th now, right? Do you want to know how many wins he's away from Tom Brady? From catching up to him? 200. Heading into year 8 of his entire career, year 7 as a starter? Yeah, Tom has 286 wins. Mahomes has 87, including playoffs. All right. So you're like, all right, that's probably doable. Do you know how many wins 200 is? Peyton Manning won 200 career games. Just to give you an idea, just to put that out there. So between, what is this, year 8 for him and year 7 as a starter, or year 6 as a starter coming up and year 7 in the league, something like that. I think that's what it is. He only has to get 200 the entire career of Peyton Manning in the next 10 years maybe. Now, the number is 15.83. He has to get that many wins across about 12 seasons straight, maybe 13, to pass up Tom's win total. I'm sure that's doable to go basically 15-2 every year for the rest of his career. And he plays a very sustainable play style, that's going to last him a long time like Tom did. Just a little perspective on just the wins. Kind of puts a weird scope on what Brady actually was pulling off there, doesn't it? So it's like Mahomes hasn't even gotten to Peyton Manning yet, let alone passed up Montana, let alone passed up Rodgers, let alone Marino, let alone Aikman, Elway. I think Mahomes will be in the league, yeah, but it's he's got a whole slew of guys. It's he's already better than the career of Dan Marino, really? Montana also won fucking 4 Super Bowls. People didn't let the conversation of Joe versus Montana, of Tom versus Montana, until Tom had 4 Super Bowls. That was when people started to entertain the conversation. And the people really just weren't and then when Tom passed him, it happened to have been that Falcons Super Bowl. So I believe it was just kind of well, he's the GOAT now. But it took him his 5th Super Bowl, and he also had to have a 28-3 comeback for people to just be all right, I guess Tom's the GOAT. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. The hits? Maybe. Yeah, I think so too, Ven. I think Mahomes has a chance to pass Tom, but dude, people saying it's a thing that's gonna happen, it's the odds are it's not. If you were to ask Mahomes, do you think he'll pass up Tom? I'd like to, but I don't think it'll happen. I just don't know if I have the time. Like, really, go look at it. It's just like, damn, I don't know if Mahomes has the time. I think people misunderstand how far Tom's numbers are, like, away from everybody. Do you guys want to see a playoff graphic? Do you guys want to see something crazy? Here, it's it's every team's playoff wins since 2000. Hold on, let me show you something. Since 2001. The Chiefs are fast growing on this list, of course. But, like, this list is insanity. It's not even 12. It'd have to, Ven, it's like 15 or 16 wins a season. And the thing with Brady missed an entire season. And, like, Mahomes started before Tom. And, yeah, I'll find the tweet that shows the look at, like, perceive that. The Patriots have 30 playoff wins since 2001, right? The next closest team is 16. Do you understand how crazy of a gap that is? You can put the entire Pittsburgh Steelers success, or okay, I have to find a better one. Between the Packers, so the Ravens and Eagles, the two most successful teams in the Patriots era, you could put the entire Packers and Seahawks playoff success, and they just match the Patriots. Like, it's like some of these numbers, it's like, holy crap. Like, that's a crazy one. I'll show you guys another thing that puts some things into perspective. I have to find it, though. Hold on. It actually, like, breaks down how many wins exactly he has to get. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. He's in his 7th year in the NFL. So next year will be his 8th year in the NFL. Mahomes. Mac Jones is a better quarterback, and he can be fixed. It comes out to, so if we do the math, assuming he plays 13 years, which would give him 20 years in the NFL, he would be about 41 or 42 years old that year, that's a pretty good estimate. That's a very long career. What's up, Space? He would need to average 15.38 wins per season to match Tom from here on out. Because he's entering his 7th year. He needs Peyton Manning's entire career to tie Tom. People are trying to say Mahomes is entering the GOAT conversation. It's like, no, he's not. He's like not even, it's like he's so far away when you look at the actual numbers. It's hilarious. He needs, just to match Tom's win total, he's basically got to go 15-2 for the rest of his career. Or get about 15 wins if you include the playoffs, which with the playoffs is pretty doable, right? You constantly go to the AFC Championship. That gives you about, what's he at this season? He's at 13 wins right now. So if they win the Super Bowl, that gives him 15 this year. So basically, he's got to win the Super Bowl every year to get this, to get them 15 wins. It's crazy. Yeah, but records are whatever. Like, he doesn't have, like, any of the career statistics to, like... Yeah, Jay, he just basically has to do this every year for the rest of his career and not get hurt a single career. And let's put this into perspective. He started his career before Tom as a starter, so that's something to think about. And with and like Tom missed an entire season. So Tom easily could have 300 career wins if it wasn't for missing 2008. Oh yeah, no, they definitely deserve to be there. They've earned it. Yeah, we'll see. Mahomes has taken pay restructures and a whole bunch of other crazy shit, actually, believe it or not. He's actually quite selfless. Mahomes, again, if Mahomes becomes the GOAT, I'm all for it. I like the idea of Mahomes eventually being able to pass Tom, but it's like he's got to get there. He's got to get 8 fucking Super Bowl rings. I don't think people understand how crazy of a number that is. To me, he's got to get more than Tom. Because again, Tom had to get more than Montana to become the GOAT. I'm never going to let people forget. It's like, well, technically Tom had to get more than Montana. So it's one or the other. And it's like, if he can do one or the other, I'll concede the GOAT. It's like, all right, if he's fair, he's better. And that's the thing. Like, I don't even, Jehu, I don't even consider it to be more brutal hits. I just think Mahomes' play style isn't conducive to a super long career like Tom's. Hopefully, Sean. But he's got to start winning or getting some rings or something. Become the king of the comeback. I don't know. To like Tom's career, like it isn't just the wins and like the rings that make Tom's the GOAT. It's like you have to look at like man, it's just so much more than that too. Like the comeback ability, like the like there's so much to Brady's career outside of just those two things. How did the Eagles fall apart? Yeah, their defense was really bad. And their offense became very predictable. It's a nice balance, Ven, but it also could lead to a very serious injury. Like you notice how Rodgers reeled back his play style after he broke his collarbone. He also got older, but like like that's like Rodgers plays very similar to a young Mahomes. They played very similar, and Mahomes is a little bit more takeoffy than Rodgers was. Like you get hurt, dude. It's like there's a reason Tom suffered one injury in his career. And Mahomes has arguably been hurt more times than Tom has, but Tom just suffered a way more severe injury than Patrick. Because he tore his ACL. Pat like broke his ankle or whatever. Rodgers? No. Lamar has 2 playoff wins. Yeah, he's got to get going. Hey, he's in the AFC Championship. That's kind of what matters. Is Rodgers the GOAT? Did Vince say meh to Rodgers being the GOAT? No. Well, what the fuck would he be the GOAT of? Choking in the playoffs? Yeah, he's a lot better than Peyton Manning at that shit. Peyton eventually got over his chokitis and won a couple Super Bowls. Yeah, he won that second Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won that all by himself. Broncos wouldn't have won with anybody else at quarterback but Peyton Manning. 2020 alternate Super Bowl was Packers versus Titans. Yeah. No, I'm saying man, like not an. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Rodgers is top 5, 100%. But I don't. He's like Marino with 1 Super Bowl ring. It's like that's like the exact comparison you can make it. The GOAT of getting hurt in the first. Yeah, what's up, Kevin? Face. No, he's not really injured a lot. He just choked a lot in the playoffs. That's all. His team's collapsed. He's literally a top 5 quarterback of all time. He just didn't win enough, kind of like Marino. It's like Rodgers sits at 4, Marino sits at 5 because Rodgers won a Super Bowl and Marino didn't. You know what I mean? That's like the 2. That's like it's like for me, my top 5 probably, if I'm not being a shitlord and being biased, it's probably like Brady, Montana, Manning, Rodgers, Favre, or McGillicuddy, Marino. I think that's probably the top 5, right? Like if you're really being honest with yourself, that's probably the best quarterbacks ever. That's probably the order. Or real fucking close. Brady, Favre, Rodgers for you, Noah. I like the biasness. Teams need to stop letting Mahomes escape the pocket. Well, I mean, yeah, but containing him doesn't necessarily work either because he can also pick you apart. Because then fucking Kelsey gets wide open. The GOAT of getting clapped by the Niners. Yeah, that's what Rodgers is the GOAT of. Cheeto, the Chiefs can't stop the run. If you can't exploit the run. I know people who put Mahomes as like a top 4 all time already. It's like, what happens if he gets hurt? Then he doesn't even like fucking pass Big Ben. It's just, that's the funniest part about this with Mahomes. If he gets hurt and can never play again, is he even better than Big Ben? Like statistically, not. I don't think. Right? Like just like on like a couple things, maybe. It's just like, well, he's about Big Ben all time. No, Tua's no, he's not like Tua. What the fuck, dude? What do you mean? When would Mahomes become like Tua? Just suddenly he can't throw the ball far and just like is a bad quarterback. That's a one read Andy. If he gets it, if his career ends, yeah, he won't. He'll be like no court. He'll be like Brady because he'll be retired. If Mahomes is that hurt, he should just retire if he can't throw the ball anymore. Yeah, he's been to 2. He's been to 3-1 too. Your favorite player is Rodgers? Yeah, fair enough. Tyler Bass. Poor Tyler Bass. Mahomes is fine. It's just if he gets hurt, he's kind of just Big Ben. that's all. It's just like, well, that's why you should never put people as the GOAT before like they become the GOAT. Or they retire and then you can kind of have a nuanced conversation. Yeah, that's going to always be the thing too, by the way. If their numbers are ever the same or just like right by each other's, it's like, let's go to the head-to-head. Did they get to... Oh... Brady's 7th ring was against Mahomes. The reason Mahomes doesn't have 4 Super Bowl rings is Tom Brady directly. Like, and that's a glaring flag right there. I'm telling you, that's like a... Oh, man, that's such a thing. And the fact that, like, the guy that's, like, the closest to being able to probably break it down the road, it's like, God damn, dude, Mahomes, you lost to him twice in the playoffs. I remember Tony calling that. How Mahomes can we go before having the discussion of him being top 5? Yeah, it's literally like, is he better than Peyton? Can we have that conversation? Yeah. National media with Mahomes, yeah. Dude, yeah, he's got to get like 7 rings. If he can get like 6 or 7 rings, it's like, all right, the conversation's there. Does he have all the passing numbers? Because you also got to remember, doesn't Tom Brady own every single passing record? I think he owns yards, touchdowns, attempts, completions. Because he played for 20, like, fucking 2 years like a dickhead. So you got to remember, it's not even just like, though. It's like he owns all the records. And if you include his playoff numbers, oh, fuck, dude. It's like he's got like 800 career touchdown passes or some crazy shit. I think he's got like 100,000 fucking 130,000 passing yards. Like if you add in Brady's playoff numbers, his numbers are fucking chaos, dude. Like they're like fucking 200 numbers higher than Peyton's and shit. They go from like moderately just ahead of Peyton and fucking Drew Brees and everybody to like, whoa, Tom's a demon. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can't find those. Hold on. Tom Brady's. Oh man, I hate my fucking computer. I don't want to see just the career playoff stats. Let's see, what was it? Here we go. I think this is gonna. Oh man, god damn it! Why the Bucks? Tom Brady ranks first all time in wins. Pro Bowls, Super Bowl MVPs, completions, attempts, passing yards, touchdowns. Oh, did they include the yard? Are these? No, they aren't. So I have to do some math. I'm not going to do the math. I'm trying to find a thing that has it. Yeah, I used to know where to find that information. Yeah, Tom's a crazy quarterback, dude. Not just gonna be winning 7 rings, just getting close to how Manning or Brady was, given how long Brady played. Yeah, we'll probably never see that shit again. Again, Mahomes is like our best candidate to break that, with Lamar, if he can start winning something, being kind of up there. Chiefs 2 seasons away from tying the Pats record of 8 consecutive. Yeah, they're getting up there, man. They're winning a lot of games. They're doing well. Like I said, Mahomes is your best candidate to like challenge the Brady GOAT status, but I don't know if he's got the time left. He played the long end. He was the dude. Tom was fucking crazy at the end. And then you also have to factor in how good Brady played. Like, not even just like how long he played, how fucking good he was still. I was put Starback and with Brady and Montana just because it was different back then. Yeah, I mean, they're in my top 10. Well, kinda. I don't know. I'd have to really think about those guys. I'd probably do like a separate tier for guys like that, to be honest with you. Because when you think of guys like that, it's kind of like, a lot of those guys were like innovators of passing and stuff, so they're kind of like shitty at it, but like also they had like, you know what I mean? They're kind of like making it up as they go, so. Dude, it's like going to be impossible, dude. Mahomes, all he's done is win, and he only has 87 wins. And he's in year, what, going into year 8 next year? It's like, Jesus, dude. Yeah, it's year 8, right? He got drafted in what, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so this is what, heading into year 7 then. Oh, he got drafted in 17, so this is year 8 coming up. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Yeah, so this is year 8. Jesus, dude. See what I mean? It's like, damn, he's already at year 8. I think for year 8 with Tom, he'd already had the dynasty in an undefeated season. Just to put it into perspective. They'd already had the 3 Super Bowls, and I believe Tom already had just had his undefeated season. Or next year was his undefeated season coming up for Mahomes. His first year in the NFL. Mahomes was starting in his second year. Tom Brady also... Yeah, Tom also didn't start his first year in the NFL. Just so you're aware. Like, dude, Tom and Mahomes have almost a mirror start, so it's like perfect. Technically, Mahomes started in the NFL. Nope, just one. Mahomes started in the NFL before Tom did, because Mahomes started as that season as the starter. Tom didn't take over until like midway through that season. So like he had a head start on Brady, and in terms of like getting wins and numbers and all that. And Tom missed a whole year of probably getting to 300 career wins, to be honest. Because he probably wouldn't win like 14-2 at least with that 2008 team. That would be the 300. And then maybe 2 or 3 playoff wins, maybe win the Super Bowl. You know what? So it's... Bledsoe? No, he got hurt, and I think just it kind of... I think it just never really developed. You know what I mean? I think that injury messed him up a little bit. Yeah, and, you know, Mahomes can benefit off a weak division. But no, Mahomes only sat for a year. They got rid of fucking Alex Smith as soon as they could. They're like, all right, this guy's gonna cost us a Super Bowl, and they made a difficult but right decision with Alex Smith. It would have been the same decision the Lions would have made if Jared Goff lost the first playoff game for them, by the way. We would have seen the Lions do the exact same thing to Jared Goff. They'd have fucking got rid of that guy. But now that Jared Goff has him in the NFC Championship, they're going to at least go for another year of that. Unless Goff just shits the bed entirely in a playoff game. It should be, Jehu. It should be a better division. Dude, yeah, that fucking hit by Bernard Pollard that he's like, oh, it wasn't on purpose. It's weird because at first Bernard Pollard said he did it on purpose because he didn't want Brady to do that shit again to the league. And now he's like, no, it was a complete accident. I would never hit a player like that. But if you go watch the hit, dude, he literally dives into Brady's knee. Like it was crazy looking the way he goes at Brady's knee. Fucking Bernard Pollard, dude. What a piece of shit. By the way, a lot of people in the NFL hate that guy if you look into it. I remember there was a day in the NFL where the entire NFL was roasting Bernard Pollard. I'm telling you, I'm like, no, it's like the entire league was on this dude's ass. Yeah, I'm a home set for most of that year. That was a sad year, dude. It was tough to watch. Our fucking super offense just struggling to get anything done with fucking Matt Castle. And then out of fluke, we missed the playoffs. Yeah, that's what it stemmed from. Something happened with Bernard Pollard on the Ravens where nobody likes him. Or very, very few people like him now in the NFL. And we have 9 likes, by the way, if you guys could leave some likes, but I'm probably just going to delete this stream anyway. It's kind of like a pay-per-view stream. Yeah, AFC West sucks. It's officially, they're just a bad division with like a good team and sometimes a second good team. The only good divisions in the NFL are the AFC North. Well, in the AFC, it's the AFC North. It's not kind of the AFC East and the AFC South. Everything else is dog shit in that fucking thing. AFC East and West, we're just bad. 90% bad. Yeah, you was, Sean. Yeah, everyone hated Pollard. Yep, it's not even the Brady rule is literally you can't drill your fucking helmet into people's knees. Yeah, it literally, they didn't make it because of Brady. Literally, it's because Pollard was talking shit about doing it. No, it was, dude, no, Cheeto, this is long, dude, no, Cheeto, you're thinking about recent stuff. People literally, like, he literally fucked shit up with them. He did that to, like, everybody. Like, the whole league does not like this guy. And you think it's just because he... No, dude, they all don't hate fucking Mel Kiper Jr. because Mel said he doesn't like Lamar. No. They don't like this fucking guy because he's a dirty fucking player that, like, tried to end people's careers and shit. And then openly talked about doing it. And then he got a rule made and it just fucked everything up. Yeah, dude, it's literally, it's been his entire career. Like, people hate this fucking guy. Again, it maybe is a little louder because I'm a Patriots fan and he always fucking injures my team. But he literally has done this across the league and yeah, it's not. He's not very well liked. He'd have been kicked out of that shit in the modern era, like fucking Vontez Perfect was. You know what's sad for Vontez? I'm ready for him. I'm not afraid of them fucking people, Ven. They're not ready for Detroit people. It's gonna be weird because I'm gonna be like, oh, I like your guys' team quite a bit, actually. It's gonna confuse them. I'm gonna like be like their friend the whole stream. I'm gonna fucking Jedi mind trick these guys. I'm gonna be like their buddy the whole time because again, I kind of like the Niners. But the second they get mean with me, I'm like, hey, fuck you and your fucking gimmick ass football team. Just like start jumping them for shit, and they'll be like, hey, calm down. If I remember right, he injured a teammate pretty bad in training camp 1 year. Yeah, he did. No disrespect for the Niners, but you've not really been in the Super Bowl like that for people. Yeah, no, not like Kansas City starting to get like Patriots level hate, and it's pretty fucking awesome to watch. I wonder when them people are gonna reach out to Ven. Do you think it's how long do you think it's gonna be before like the Patriots fans and Chiefs fans create some unholy alliance of just shitlording on people? Hey, this is my buddy Kansas City fans. It's like, wait, you guys are friends now? When did you? Maybe you guys should stop hating on winners. It's like, Patriots fans, you guys are not. It's like, yeah, we were. Oh, yeah, we were. You guys don't remember what we went through. These are our friends now. We tried to join the shitty teams, but you guys said, no, we're not welcome to join the shitty teams. And guess what, Jehu? We've been told I've been told and I've seen that we're still not accepted by the bad teams. They don't let us in. They said we're not welcome in with the shitty teams because we won too much. Yeah, Ven, I agree. Ven, yeah, I agree with that. Like with you and Mike, it's like, wait, they haven't won the Super Bowl as long as the as the Cowboys? Yeah, pretty much the same exact year. Just haven't won shit since. It's like, huh. How the hell have they? It's like, is it because they've gone? Is that the difference? I think that's the difference. It's like people can forgive you for not winning a Super Bowl, but for not even showing up, I think that's what gets the Cowboys. Yeah, Jehu, everybody hates the Patriots, unless you're a Patriots fan. We're very hated. Cowboys fans are funny about, but delusional Niners. Yeah. Cowboys get all the hate because they have the most You know what's funny about Patriots fans? Everyone wanted us to turn into giant babies after we lost and after we became bad, but it's like, oh, all right, we're bad now. I guess this is going to be interesting. It's like, wait a minute. Are Patriots fans not screaming and beating their chest saying this is our year like the 49ers and Cowboys fans? It's like, no, why would we do that? Our team isn't very good. It's like, they're fucking realistic. It's like, yeah, we weren't being crazy when we said we were going to win the Super Bowl every year. We genuinely thought we got it. We had a chance. And we clearly did. We went to all of them championships. Like, what football were you guys watching? What, do you think we were just jerks for no reason? We got our rings. We're good. We could be bad for a while. We'll figure it out. Hopefully we can rebuild. This will be fun for us. We get a draft pick. This is cool. We've never tanked before. What's this like? And it's like, well, we can't even make fun of them. It's like, haha, you guys suck. Yeah, we kind of figured we might this year. After the first game, we all went, oh, shit, this is going to be a bad year, isn't it? Damn, nothing's fixed. It's got another bad year. Shit. And that's the worst part about being an educated NFL fan. You can watch your team's like first game of the year and just go, man, unless we improve dramatically, this year is going to fucking suck. I've seen some things. The defense looked really good. Special teams was solid. I hope my offense can get it going. By about week 6, you're like, yeah, nah, there ain't shit. We're fucked. Play Tua and tell me that no one wants to pay Mac, and then I'm like, yeah, of course Tua is way better than. Yeah, that's why they definitely got to pay him $300 million. Just a bad game. There are some delusional Patriots fans, I would say. Not like Mike, but yeah, the Cowboys beat bad teams. It's kind of that's been their MO for a little while. I think with San Fran and Dallas, it's the 13 years straight in the playoffs without going to NFC championships. Yep. Yeah, I think that's the difference between the Niners and Cowboys. It's like the Niners at least have been like close and in the Super Bowl. Cowboys are they've been on a terrible run. Too many LeBron-like fans with the Cowboys. I agree, Cheeto. See, Ven, you haven't learned about the way me and Mike do things. Ven, you know me and Mike's entire support of Daniel Jones is like ironic. You don't understand how long, like, Ven, we support all of the Giants moves right now. We're like, we were big fucking, what was their bad GM, Mike? We were big McAdoo guys. We were big. Damn, dude, they had the shits for a while. That shit was good. That was good times when the Giants were bad and just doing terrible ideas left one after the other. We're big Daniel Jones guys. We hope he sticks around. Yeah, Daniel P. Dimes. We're like, we were so excited when they gave him a contract extension on these parts. Godelman. Yes, Godelman. Yeah, he fucked the whole Giants operation. He's ruining. They ruined that team, dude, and that was glorious to watch. We've been gaslighting the fuck out of people about Daniel Jones being a good quarterback for about 5 years now, trying to argue. It's like, dude, with his speed and the fact that he doesn't turn it over as much, he's basically a fucking $40 million a year guy, and he actually got the $40 million. That's so fucking funny to me. It's like If you think Purdy is an elite quarterback, yeah, just give him. Hopefully, he gets paid big money, Ben. That's what you got to hope for. It's like, hey, what? Hey, yeah, Purdy is the top 5 quarterback, and he's going to be $55 million a year when he gets paid in 2 years, maybe 60. That's where it's heading to. That's going to be awesome. It's just like, oh no. No, yeah, Jehu. It's just Ven has a vendetta. Yeah, pay him like Mahomes now. I know, Mike. It was glorious to watch what the fuck happened to that Giants team. He took a very good-looking playoff team in 2016 and flushed it right in a fucking shitter. I'll never understand the moves they made following that 2016. They just shit that. Dude, I've never. That was such a good football team that they just blew up for no reason. Yeah, I seen that report. Ven, with stuff like that, I don't know how true that is. You know? It seems too convenient. I don't know. Did Purdy say it? Because I'd only seen a report of somebody saying that Purdy said it. And it was like fucking ESPN or so. It was like, I think it straight up said per ESPN. And I was like, I don't believe that at all. Was it like straight out of Purdy's mouth? Because then it's like, okay, I can explain that, though. I thought about what that quote meant all day today. I don't think it meant that Shanahan was like telling him, hey, you're not our quarterback this year because we're going to go get Tom. I think he was just letting him know, if Tom Brady comes to me and tells me he wants to play for the Niners, I'm going to play Tom Brady. I think that's literally what that meant. I don't think it meant like, we're holding out hope for Brady here, Purdy. You're either the starter or Tom is. I think it was literally like, hey, man, you're our starting quarterback, but like, if for whatever reason Tom Brady walks through the fucking door, we're going to play Tom. I literally think that's what that... I think people are overlooking into whatever that meant. I think that one's not like Shanahan wanted Brady. I think it was more like, if Brady comes to us, we're playing Brady. I'm very happy. Who all got in the Hall of Fame today? I know I seen... I was very happy to see the few guys that I seen get in. I know Todd Helton got in. Who was first ballot? I know somebody was first ballot this year. Oh my God, who the fuck was it? It was like a big deal. He got in. I'm very excited for the player because I knew he was getting in. Holy shit, why can't I remember? Was it Holiday? No, not yet. Somebody just got in the Hall of Fame, like a first ballot guy. Like this is like a big deal because baseball is really hard to be first ballot. I'm gonna look it up because I kind of want to see. There we go. Joe Mauer, that's right. Damn, Gary Sheffield's not going to get in the Hall of Fame. It was his final year on the ballot. Helton, Leland, Mauer, Beltre. Yep. That's a lot of people getting in. All very deserving. Beltre's crazy. It was Joe Mauer. That was the one. I was like, oh, Joe Mauer's got to be first ballot. And he was. I was kind of figuring he was going to be a first ballot guy, Joe Mauer. Yeah. Still don't know why he played catcher at 6'4". It's like the craziest thing ever. He was like a lefty catcher at 6'4". It's like, why didn't he just go play first base? It's fucking crazy. Anyway, back to football. The thing, I don't know. The Purdy situation feels so polarizing. It's as someone who's just kind of in the middle of this, I'm like, I don't know. He seems like a good young QB. I feel like I'm no like there's very few people that just have my take on it where it's like, oh, he just seems, I don't know, like a good young quarterback. Kind of hard to tell right now. Got a good team around him, so he looks a little better than what he does, than what he probably is, but that's any young quarterback. We'll see more. We'll probably see more next year. I think that's the nuanced take. And it's like everyone else is kind of like, dude, he's going to be like an all-timer, or it's like he's complete gutter trash. And it's like, all right, maybe we could all just go to the middle on this and go, oh, he seems okay. Seems like a pretty solid QB. Makes some mistakes, but he's young. You know what it is? I feel like people forget that he's in his second year. I feel like that's the problem with Brock Purdy. And you know what it is? It's because he came in the 7th round of the draft. No one knows where he came from. It's just, how old is this fucking guy? But it's very hard to be that middle ground when you have every NFL media. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no. Or if you have the other side then screaming, no, he's not. He sucks. And it's like, yeah, it's like, what the honest truth is, he's a pretty solid young QB. We'll know more next year. But like, there's like a thing where I feel like people forget how young he is. Yeah, he would be. He's literally in back-to-back NFC Championship games in his first 2 years as a starter in the NFL. Of course he would. If he was picked in the 4th round and he was like also doing the same thing, he would be getting as much hype because he would have his team in back-to-back NFC Championship games with a 4,000 yard and 30 TD season. Yeah, that's crazy good in your second year in the NFL. Like that's a really good jump from year one to year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think any QB would be getting the hype Purdy's got. Yeah, or if he was picked early in the draft, they'd be like, he's living up to his hype. If he was a middle round guy, they'd be like, wow, this guy's kind of living above his standard, doing really good. Like, it's the whole, like, dude, he's in his second NFC Championship game in his second year as a starter. Again, he's the recipient of a fucking super team. But again, that's kind of the benefit of being picked by a team like the Niners and falling into the quarterback situation. Yeah, it seems like Purdy can win big games because again, he's literally, this is his second title game he's put a team in. Now, if you want to say he didn't do anything to get his teams in these games and his defense and the people around him put him in there, sure, but it's kind of feels like a cheap way to evaluate a quarterback. Because again, I will argue, and I have already, that Yeah, Purdy played bad, which is, commend. You pointed out, you criticize it, but we also have to point out that when it mattered the most, the dude played fucking perfect. And ultimately, that's you can go watch playoff games where Joe Montana throws like 3 interceptions in a game, and then but the game is like 21-21 at the end, and he marches the 49ers literally right down the field and they score just like fucking Purdy did. And everybody got really pissed off that like some fucking athletic writer dared to compare the two. And it's like, you can literally find games where that exact scenario happens and Montana wins them a playoff game. It's like 1-for-1 happened before. And it's like, you can compare people to the all-time greats without people freaking the fuck out. Then people like me who tried to explain that, yeah, but Purdy was supposed to throw 3 picks against, but then that's kind of the point of what I was pointing to. He played bad, right? And then at the end, he played good. That's literally what Brock Purdy did. I get it, Jehu. I understand that. Yeah, Cheeto, he's in his 2nd year in the NFL. A lot of 2nd-year quarterbacks don't respond well to pass rush. Yeah, Cheeto, wow, breaking news. 2nd-year quarterback in the NFL doesn't respond to pass rush very well. It's not really newsworthy. That's like an obvious thing. It'd be like, this rookie had trouble with the blitz. It's like, yeah, no shit. This guy who's made 21 starts in the NFL hasn't quite figured out the pass rush. Yeah, I don't expect him to. Yeah, the weather can't be too much of an excuse. You gotta make a little bit smarter reads. But I'll excuse like some of the drops and shit like that. Like that isn't really like, whatever. But like, he made some crazy bad reads. Dude, then the Jimmy G erasure is something I've tried to argue against for so long. People will fight me tooth and nail on this. And it's like, by the way, the 49ers would still have Jimmy G as their quarterback if Jimmy G didn't get hurt all the time. And people go, no, you're wrong. Hee-haw, wrong. And I'm like, no, I'm right. I'm 100% right. The fuck do you mean? No, I'm right. If you ask Kyle Shanahan if he could still have Jimmy Garoppolo as his quarterback, if he didn't ever get hurt, he'd be like, oh yeah, I miss Jimmy. That whole team would be like, yeah, we all miss Jimmy pretty bad. Yeah, they do, because they're the fucking same quarterback. Jimmy G, same QB as Purdy, but that team likes Jimmy G way the fuck more than they ever do Brock Purdy. That team loved Jimmy Garoppolo. No idea why. Genuinely no, like he's just a cool guy. And I'm telling you, I'm right about this. And guess what? I've been right about this since the fucking day they drafted Trey Lance. And I told everybody the only reason they're doing this is because Jimmy can't stay healthy. And everybody fought me on this. They're like, no, because Jimmy sucks. I'm like, okay, you'll wait and see. And guess what? Guess who they replaced Jimmy G with? Motherfucking Jimmy G. Jimmy G, who don't get hurt. That's what Brock Purdy is right now, statistically, in their first. And Jimmy G's only full year with the fucking without getting hurt. His numbers to Brock Purdy's, aren't they the exact same? Like 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns with like 10 picks. By the way, I'm like completely right about all this stuff. Like it's like they're the same quarterback, but it's like no one ever fucking listens to me on these kind of things, and everybody fights me out this shit. No, Jimmy's just a likable quarterback. He's probably a very good leader in a locker room. He probably says the right shit. He probably gets the guys flared up. He's probably just a very quiet on the field leader, though. But like probably when like there isn't a million cameras on, he's probably a completely different type of leader. Because there's something that they all like about him, because it's literally like, dude, them Niners players would have died for that dude. And a lot of the Patriots guys were really sad to see Jimmy go, but it's like how we got to get rid of him. There was an issue with his toughness. Purdy's air attempts. Yeah, it's easier to have better air yards than Jimmy G when you got a full season of CMC opening. Yeah, exactly. Jimmy G never had the weapons at the prime that they had. Like, he had a young Debo, he had a young Ayuk, but he helped bring along guys like Debo and shit. Yeah, that's part of it. Is, dude, even Bill really liked Jimmy G. Like, if Jimmy wasn't such a fucking weakling and such a baby about his body, then and his body didn't just break, dude, he might have replaced Brady at some point. But crap stepped in, and that's the only thing I do believe is that Bill was ready to replace Tom with Jimmy G, because even Bill was fucking smitten with Jimmy G. Oh, dude, I feel so bad. He just. I wish Jimmy never got hurt, man. Jimmy and a shoulder injury in 2021 in the past. Dude, Jimmy's shoulder, dude, he just kept getting hurt. He just can't stop getting hurt. I feel so bad for Jimmy Garoppolo. Because I feel like if he wasn't made out of glass, like, that would have been like one of the better like. No, Jimmy had to go. It was time for it to go. He was ready to go be a starter, but he just couldn't stay healthy. What's up, Fubar? And that's a darn shame, because he was a good quarterback. Good leader. Maybe not the greatest, like, athlete, but hey, man. Yeah, he put his team. He was about to win a Super Bowl for that 40. Dude, if he'd have just won that Super Bowl, man, that'd be so fucking crazy, because then I'd have been like, yeah, but he won them a Super Bowl too, huh? See, the good 49ers fans all like Jimmy, and they agree with the way I take that, because they're like, yeah, it's just the injuries, man. It's like, yeah, that's literally, yeah, I understand. Same problem in New England. Yep, he was a great dude. Jimmy was literally like one of the greatest, like, kind of what if stories. Like, I think he's kind of like, damn. Hell yeah, it is, Fubar. You have a good night, Sean. I probably won't be live much longer either. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. We're just chit-chatting. Cheating, chatting, chitlin, chatlin, fiddly batlin, smatlin. Man, I can't wait for the Lions at Niners. Hey, what's up, 49ers? Speak of the devil. Yeah, because again, they have very similar numbers. Yeah, then now you have more evidence. Now you have the evidence of knowing that Jimmy G and Purdy had very similar numbers in each of their best years with the Niners so far. It's like, wait, what? And they say that this dude, what? The only difference is Jimmy G was in like year 8 of his NFL career, so that's the only thing you got to be careful with. It's like, yeah, Jimmy was also in what, year 6? Yeah, I was just pointing out that, they're pretty similar. No, you're good, man. You're good. No, you're good, 49ers. No reason. You don't have to catch every stream. Fair enough, Jehu. Nobody would. I didn't see the Lions get into the NFC Championship game, but here we are. Now that they're here, I'm like, I feel like they actually have a decent shot. If the Niners don't have, like something weird could happen and the Lions win. You never know. Like the rookie quarterback, their second year quarterback could just choke. Like we know Goff tends to choke in the playoffs, but that's literally like a Super Bowl thing for him. That's will never do anything without a GM. Owner can't be GM. Yeah. We in New England kind of know all about that situation. Yeah, once Jerry's gone, you guys will probably start winning again. Because again, it seems like Stephen Jones, his son, can draft rather well and seems to understand team building, actually. It's just like, oh, damn, that guy's actually pretty smart. I think Debo's going to play 49ers. It's one of them things where it's like, yeah, it's like a separated shoulder or whatever, so he should be able to play. It's not fractured, so he'll probably play, but it's like, how effective is he going to be with the way he plays football, right? He's kind of like a running back, so head down, use his shoulder to break tackles up, and blocks with his shoulder first, and wonder how much of a limit on him it's going to be. He's a tough guy, though, so the problem with Dallas is Jerry Jones. Like, if you're the Lions, you're practicing this week with the, like, thinking he's playing. Like with the expectation he plays. Dallas doesn't like authoritarian head coaches, and the players chill from the freedom. Yep. No, Cheeto's right. Jerry likes, like, laid-back players coaches. He's 100% right about this. That's why he won't hire Bill Belichick. It'd be a radical culture shock from the way Dallas is ran. Jerry used to have it so good before social media and, like, news. Basically, he had, like, the newspaper people under, like, a small payroll, and basically he could get any Cowboys player out of any fucking trouble ever because he'd just be like, hey, don't publish this arrest or anything. And then, like, it'd just be all very quiet, and the cops would be like, hey, it's no big deal, Jerry. I know that was like that for a lot of NFL, but it's like a known thing with Jerry Jones. Like, he's very good to his players like that. Probably. And dude, you got to understand, like, remember what I said about Belichick? Him and Pete Carroll are 72 and, like, 73 years old. It's going to take a year to set the culture. So it's like a 2-year thing, and if, like, you're not in a 2-year window to win the Super Bowl, what's the point of hiring these guys who are going to retire in 2 years? Probably. It's the same reason why I think their teams walked away from them, because both of these teams need to rebuild, and in the 2 years it'll probably take, the guy's going to step away. Yeah, they're just old, dude. I wouldn't. It's kind of getting to the point where I'm like, is Bill going to have a fucking job? Like, only Atlanta wanted to interview him? That's fucking crazy. But then you think about it, is it really that crazy? It's like, not really, I guess. Same reason why a team might ask him to step away. Yeah, you got to give Sirianni at least one more year, in my opinion. At least another year. But if you don't win, you fire him next year, yeah. Fire him mid-season if he's underperforming. Hell, don't even care about that. But it's just, in my head, you got to give him another year or so. Hey, we even hit 13 likes on the stream? That's pretty crazy. That's crazy. About another 10 minutes. Does that sound good? Make it like a 2-hour stream. I don't know. I don't really have too much else to talk about, though. What happened to the Bills? Their destiny of they're just a team that has this weird destiny of blowing games. Yeah, it's fucking, they're cursed. I don't know what happened, man. That fucking ball magically twisted in midair, dude. If you were to argue that somebody had a remote controller in the ball and that's why they lost, I would believe you at this point. I'd be like, you know, maybe there was a remote controller. Because watch that kick. It was going in, and then it just goes, nope. And it just is gone, dude. And then Josh Allen made some of the worst reads I've ever seen on that last drive, and just kept trying to hit home runs. Oh. Hopefully that happens, but I kind of doubt it, Duke. It's going to take a lot for the Lions to get an upset. If the 49ers come out throwing it, Lions are fucked. It's just like, damn. Well, there goes those plans. Dude, they can. It's crazy, dude. They're like cursed in the playoffs. Dude, they missed another wide right kick. I've never seen it. They're not even the Cowboys, man. They're just like cursed, Jehu. The Bills are like the Packers of the NFC, more like it. Of the AFC. They just can't get past one very specific playoff team. Have a good night, Fubar. They just can't do it. It's fucking crazy. True, Green Bay has the Super Bowls. I'm just saying situationally, it's more like directly like the Green Bay 49ers situation. Yeah, Cheeto, he was like, he could have also threw it for 20 yards over the middle of the field. He had like two guys wide open. The fucking Chiefs just weren't even covering down there because they knew dumbass was about to throw it deep. Yeah, I feel bad for Bass. He was getting death threats. Bills fans are sick of it, dude. They got some serious PTSD to work through. I don't know. It sounds like Bill could be named the Chargers' second head coach, but normally on a second interview, a guy gets hired. Damn. Look at this shit. Talented young team in the NFC Championship game, the Lions. Bears, 2 top 10 picks. Flipping off this loser-ass kid. Packers fans, 3rd straight franchise quarterback. And here's what the Vikings are saddled with, these sorry-ass losers. No defense, no cap space, a geriatric injured QB. It's a good time being a Vikings fan. Sorry, you don't understand the beef that's going on in the NFC North right now. Just looking at stuff to randomly bring up. Why is Jimmy G trending right now? People are just bringing up the Jimmy G Brock Purdy stuff. Lions could catch up. They could get a crazy upset. The Vikings, the most fortunate. No, that's probably the Miami Dolphins fans, to be honest. You know they haven't won a playoff game in 22 years. You know how sad that is, dude? I couldn't imagine supporting a team that hadn't won a playoff game recently. Like, imagine liking a team that hasn't won a playoff game in over 2 decades, bro. That's fucking cringe. All my teams have won recently, so I don't, can't relate. Go Bill Vinovich to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I seen that he got the lead. Playoffs have been really well officiated this round. People are like, it's only like losing teams that are like, oh, the refs screwed us, and everyone's like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, that's been my favorite part of this playoffs, by the way. The only people are people crying about the refs, and then everybody else jumps on them and goes, actually, it's been pretty well officiated. I don't think there's been a single bad call in the playoffs, it feels like. And then, like, the rest of the normal part of the fan base is like, yeah, man, we can't really blame this on the officials. They've been really good. And guess what? They have been, because it's the playoffs and the refs don't fucking use... The NFL doesn't put in dog shit refs, which is good. Yeah, Super Bowl, you have to be, like, perfect as a ref to get in. I'm glad Vinovich got the nod. He is a little... He can be a little shitty, but... What, Lombardi? Yeah, it's the trophy for the NFL for the Super Bowl, named after Vince Lombardi. Are the Lombardis in the NFL all related to Vince Lombardi? Is like Michael Lombardi related to him? Is Joe Lombardi related to him? It's just such a very specific last name, and they're all like they both Joe and hold on. Is Michael... Oh, I spelled that wrong. Michael Lombardi. Here we go. Despite their shared surname, and they're both... No familial link between Michael and Vince Lombardi. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Joe Lombardi is the grandson of... Okay, so Joe Lombardi, the football coach, is the grandson of Vince Lombardi. So remember Joe Lombardi, the guy who got kind of like ran out of the league because he couldn't really call, like, he was kind of a shitty offensive coordinator. He his grandpa is Vince Lombardi. Okay, that's cool. Said he had 7 kids, Joe Lombardi, so that's fucking wild. Man was fucking. That's what that means. 7 kids. When the ref Tony saying that was, goddamn it, yeah. 7 kids is a crazy number. Like one of you will play in the NFL. All girls. But no. And then one gay son. Be like, God damn it. But he's like Michael Sam talented, so it's like, fucking. Alright, I'm out of things to talk about. Well, the ones that own the Chiefs, yeah, they got a big ass family. All right. Well, guys, it was a fun stream. Appreciate all the likes and all the good conversation tonight. Probably gonna go live tomorrow. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. I think we pretty much covered up all the new stuff on this stream, but we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll play some games tomorrow. Maybe I'll check out that Pal World game that everyone's talking about. Looks like everyone likes it. Looks like it's kind of fun. Looks like it's kind of a big deal. So, looks like it's a gun Pokemon game, so I'm kind of interested in seeing what that's about. What's up, 1777? I'm about to actually end the stream. You're tuning in a little late. If you want to listen, you can always go back to the beginning, but I'm about to head out. Yeah, I'm getting tired. It's 12:30 where I'm at. It's been 2 hours. Oh, it's your picks. Who you got? You can give them real fast. Or 49ers versus Chiefs. All right, man. You have a good night. I hope it's the Lions versus the Chiefs, but I feel you. All right, everybody. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. We'll be live again tomorrow, probably around the same time, like 10, maybe 9:30. Yep. Yeah, Duke. East Coast, it's 12:30, so. All right, everybody. You guys all take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. As always, it's go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. Thanks for a fun stream. I'll see you around. Peace. And I'm just waiting until this goes to 2 hours. All right, 2 hours. Woo.